It was just the atmosphere, the moment, the buzz. You could feel the electricity in the building. Obviously, the stars came out, the Denzels, the Jay-Z, the Floyd Mayweathers, all the big guns. LL was across the way from where I was. The commissioner was in the house. Phil Knight was in the house. His family was all courtside. You could just feel, Skip, they hung on it. Skip, the man is 36 points away. He gets the ball in the opener. He's dribbling the court, and the crowd starts to rise. I'm like, there's not a 36-point shot, guys.
No.
Like, settle down. But it was just, and Skip, I can honestly say this. I'm the only one that went into that building last night that didn't think LeBron James was going to break this record. Everybody, he's going to do it tonight. He going to do it tonight. You ain't got to come back. I'm like, what do y'all know that I don't know? Talked to Magic Johnson, and Magic said, I told him, he said, you want to go ahead and get it tonight. You don't want it to get lost up in the Super Bowl hoopla. And that's what's going to happen Thursday because everybody's attention is going to start to shift.
Yeah.
LeBron said that, hey, I always approach every game as like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And he said he was going to do everything in his power to try to make it happen that night. Skip, I like 30, man, that's a lot of points. Considering over the last week, Skip, he hadn't been on that torrid pace that he was on like when he started his birthday in Atlanta, and then he went 41, 47, 43. And I was like, man, but everybody, it was just, even though, Skip, the Lakers didn't win the game, it was like the people were so happy because they know what they witnessed. And they don't know if you'll ever witness something like that again. But it's just to be a part of it, to see everybody and to see the excitement on his family and everybody in the crypt and everybody's watching at home.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Skip, it wasn't in '84, it wasn't televised like this. No. It wasn't hyped like this.
It was not.
And so now people have something that, hey, I remember where I was when LeBron broke this record. I remember I was in attendance when LeBron did this. It was just a magical moment. And you know, he was just talking about, you know, after the game, how he the man in the arena, the Teddy Roosevelt famous quote. And, man, it was
he said he felt like he's sitting on top of the arena looking down into it.
Skip, it was unbelievable. But he just seemed so calm.
Yep.
Man, these games, they do something to me, Skip, because I forget that I'm in an arena because I'm doing all the things that I do at home. Come on, get back. And I'm like, look, everybody looking at me. I was like, I'm not in my home.
No.
But you just hang because you know what this moment is, Skip, and you just feel. I mean, my stomach. If I'm feeling like this, what the hell is Savannah and the kids? What are they feeling? What is Gloria, his mom? What is she feeling? I feel like this. Hey, I'm a fan. And it's like, it was a great moment to be a part of. I'm glad I got an opportunity to witness. I don't know if I'll ever be in attendance for something as momentous. Obviously, if Alexander Ovechkin breaks Gretzky record, I'm not going to be in attendance for that. The home run record, Skip, we ain't got to worry about that. Ain't nobody even close to that. So I don't know if I'll ever be in attendance for in a sporting event with something so magical, something so history-making. So to say that I was there and to feel that, I can just imagine what it was like when Kobe's final game. I guess the last day. Jordan, the final shot. Even though they probably didn't know that was Jordan's final shot, but to know that LeBron James became the all-time leader in points in NBA history, and I was in attendance. That's a moment I'll never forget.
Okay. I concluded yesterday's show. Heck, I began yesterday's show telling you tonight is the night.
Right.
He's going to do it tonight because this game against this opponent in that arena was on a, not silver platter, a gold platter, as in purple and gold platter.
It was tailor-made for him, huh?
It was so tailor-made.
You
Oklahoma
close in points, too.
Huh?
You said 37, he got 38.
He got 38. Oklahoma City is fun to watch on offense, but they don't play a whole lot of defense. They're ranked 24th. They came in ranked 24th in points allowed, and they had just given up 141 at Golden State, and they were playing back-to-back.
Right.
And they love to play fast. They're 8th in pace.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just saying, here, go. And remember, their biggest starter, their center is Jalen Williams, Jaylin Williams. They got 2 Jalen Williams in the starting lineup. Heck, they got 3 Williams in the starting lineup, but 2 Jalens.
Yeah.
But Jalen Williams is 6'9". He goes about 240, but he's not LeBron's 260.
Right.
So my point to you is LeBron was bigger than any Thunder starter. And I knew he could take advantage when he so deemed he could play bully ball with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He could put his head down and drive it because he is the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen, and he was pretty much from the day he first stepped on the court in Sacramento as an 18-year-old. And here he is now, still the best driver of the basketball in basketball. And he was off to the literal races last night. And you could tell from dribble number one, man on mission. He just had the body language of, I'm going to do this. He was mic'd for TNT, and then at halftime, he's talking to his sons down on the baseline, not far, I think, from where you were sitting.
They were on the other end.
Yeah, the other side from you. That's right. But the point was, he's saying, should I go ahead? Should I go ahead? And I think they knew he was mic'd, and they're not sure if they're supposed to speak or not. But they didn't give him a lot of encouragement. He said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Well, yeah, this is it. Listen, if you can get Denzel to come out with his wife, who, by the way, wore a mask. Thank you very much for doing that.
Well, Skip, Denzel, he said that's the most people he's been around in 3 years.
I believe
he says when you're on a movie set, you can't go and come. You're there.
I got it.
So he was excited to be in the building.
This is how big this was. Denzel and his wife were courtside. And Jay-Z was courtside. All I need to know is those two. I'll give you LL and all the rest. They're all great. They're all great. But if you give me that and that, those two, now it is official. It is a night of nights. It is a moment of moments.
Johnny Mack was out.
Johnny Mack was there. But again, Denzel and Jay-Z, boom. And he was not going to disappoint.
He didn't.
And he actually had something of a hot hand from three. He has not shot the three ball well this year, but he did make 4. Incredibly, Russ made 4 too. I don't know where that came from. And yet, quick aside, it was just fascinating to watch. Anthony Davis clearly was happy to take a back seat, almost to a fault, because that's one reason they did not win the game, that AD just wanted to watch LeBron break the record, right?
AD approached it like an all-star game.
He did.
You know, your all-star game in your hometown where you...
He just watched. He was in awe. He just and Thunder were beating him to loose balls. And come on, you got to play some. On the telecast, Stan Van Gundy was all over him. Come, AD, you got to come to the party. Well, if he had come to the party, maybe you would have won the party, but you didn't win the party. But the point was, Russell Westbrook, who flies in his own universe, he almost seemed oblivious to the fact that it was supposed to be LeBron's night, because he was doing everything in his power to either undercut or overcome it. You know, like he was trying to one-up it. He was trying to upstage it, actually, just out of his mind, passes and shots. But the point was, it just felt meant to be. And the amazing part to me was, he did it in 3 quarters. He didn't do it in 4 quarters. I thought maybe he'd go to a walk-off shot.
Skip, but I watched it when he go to the sideline, and he started taking, as soon as he came out of the game, he took his shoe off and started rolling.
That was late.
No, he did it in the first quarter. When he first came out.
But at the end, he took himself completely out of the game when they had a kind of a long shot chance of getting back in the game.
But he started coming, as soon as he came out, I'm like, well, I don't know if I've ever seen LeBron take his shoes off. He took
something with his right foot is bothering him. I don't know what, but he's been listed with a foot something.
Because he only played 34 minutes last night.
So we get all the way down to 10 seconds left in the third quarter, and they have 2 possessions. So TNT did a great job last night, but they had showed him warming up, practicing hook shots. Okay, he was trying to skyhook it, and they showed one. I don't know if we have it, but he made this one. I think he made it from the 3-point line. Isn't it untouched by another basketball? I think it just goes in, right? I don't know if it got some help from the other ball. I don't think it did.
But they were practicing a lot of those. Everybody was.
So it's a he shot a 3-point sky hook. Again, it's hard to shoot it like Kareem did because he's 7'2" and just got it up so high. But the point was, I'm thinking, is he going to throw the sky hook? Okay, so if we could see the possession right before the record-breaking possession, it looked to me like he was trying to find a way to shoot the hook shot. Okay, here he is over there. He's on Kenrich Williams, and Kenrich is a pretty good defender. He's 6'6", and he's trying to. I think he was trying to work.
Put the baseline, you throw the hook.
Can I do this? Can I do this? But it's awkward, and he was kind of on the wrong baseline because he's right-handed. Although you could try it. You want to talk about high degree of difficulty to break the record on that shot? And then I tweeted before the game, What if he tries one and misses it? Would he then say, I'm going to try it again and again?
Right.
I could give you 10 of those, and if you made one, I'd be highly impressed.
The one thing nobody hit on that he was going to go back to the headband.
Okay.
I mean, we was trying to figure out.
Okay, but let me finish.
Go ahead.
So the point was, he tries to do the hook, and he finally just gives up on it.
But Skip, on the warm-ups, he was practicing the hook a lot.
Yeah, okay.
But a lot of
All
those guys was practicing, and maybe it was, Skip, you know how they throw the pass like they play in football, but a lot of the guys was practicing the hook shot.
Okay, all right, maybe they're just paying homage because Kareem is in the house sitting.
He was sitting right
maybe
there, yes.
watching them warm up.
He was.
Okay, so then the next possession, which becomes the possession,
yeah.
we had gone back and forth. Is he going to try to tomahawk dunk it? What's he going to do? And he goes to the fadeaway, and he did say after the game, this is also my signature shot as well. It's a 14-footer. It's just inside the free throw line. Okay, and he just went up with conviction. There was no doubt about it. When it left his hand, I just thought, because he held the pose.
Yes.
Okay, to me, that's an MJ shot. Okay, so to me, it's partly paying homage to Michael Jordan, but it's also saying anything you can do, I can do better. Because obviously the GOAT case always comes down to Jordan versus LeBron.
Right.
So the more I started to think about it after the game, I thought maybe he did. It looked like on this possession, he was just playing basketball, like he didn't have a plan. He just shot whatever came. It's not like he worked to get free for that shot.
Yes.
It just happened in the flow of the game. But I think it worked, and I think he loved it because it's Jordan's mid to late career shot that as he got older, he had to resort more and more to that little fadeaway, but from about that length, right in there. Sometimes 8, 10, 12, 14 feet. And I think he got a kick out of the fact I out MJ'd MJ with that
I think the thing is, Skip, he said he didn't matter as long as it wasn't a free throw.
Well, that's what he said, and it wasn't a free throw.
It wasn't a free throw.
Okay.
And I didn't think, and this is why I didn't think he was going to drive the ball, because he didn't want to run the risk, Skip, if it being he's a point or 2 points down.
Okay.
I drive the ball, I get fouled, and guess what? Let me go to my patented shot.
Okay. And to your original point, I did love the headband. It was a cool throwback look to young LeBron. This is how I started. I started with this. I'm going to end this pursuit of Kareem with this headband on. And he looked good.
Yes.
I wonder if he'll continue to wear it.
I don't think he will, Skip, because you remember, I remember when he took the headband off for the first time once he got to the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then it's like, damn, Bron, you look different. Now he put the head back on. I'm like, Bron, what you doing? It doesn't look like he wore a headband for 13, 14 years. It looked like, bro, why you wearing a headband? But if you go back and look, he wore it his whole Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland.
Sometimes in the finals against the Spurs in those back-to-back years,
he got knocked off.
He would go back and forth.
Yes.
And then he'd put it on and he'd get hot, and then he'd go cold, and he'd take it off, and he'd get hot, and it was almost like a good luck charm, whether he had the headband on or not. Okay, this all led to stopping the game for 10 great minutes. And I thought it was perfect. I don't know how it felt at Courtside, but the length of it was just fine. I don't think the Thunder had any problem with it.
It didn't seem that long. It was that long. Okay.
It was about 10 real minutes.
Okay.
But the beats of it were perfect. All the right people said all the right things. LeBron was great.
Yes.
Great hug. Kareem hasn't always said the nicest things about LeBron, but he was on his best behavior last night, so I appreciated that. And LeBron was great in honoring him.
Yes, yes.
And then in the end, LeBron, he's got his daughter, his sons, and everybody, and Savannah's there. It was a very sweet, perfectly executed moment to me. And then he gives his speech, which was great, and I think it was just right from his heart, off the top of his head. And then he gets stuck at the end, and he doesn't know how to finish it, and he F-bombs. And I'm like, what? But he was so overcome. He was overwhelmed by the emotion of the moment, and it's like, I don't know how to get out of this, so man. Thank you.
Skip, it's not like a situation. Kobe did what he did in game, and then they take time, and then they bring him out on the court. That's in the moment. You ain't got time. You can't remember what you had. Man, this is what I want to say. You get to going up and down the court, Skip. You get the heat of the moment, and all of a sudden, okay, here's your moment. Like, damn, I know I want to say, let me thank this person. The only thing you can remember, I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my beautiful wife, my kids, the Laker Nation. Thank you for supporting. Like, damn, There's somebody else. There's something else I wanted to. F it.
Well,
Thank you.
I got it. I didn't love the conclusion. I wish we could have done without that because it was such a good speech from the heart. But then, as I tweeted, you think about it, I just think he didn't know where to go with it.
Yeah.
Like, I give up.
Right.
I don't. This moment is bigger than my brain is at this point.
Like you said, you had 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. How much time had they exhausted, getting to the point? The commissioner spoke. And then Kareem, and you acknowledging people, and then he's like, try to put this in a nice bow.
Yep. Well, he did, and then that was it. So that led to the fourth quarter, and it was going to go one of two ways for LeBron James. He was either going to be re-energized by the moment, or he was going to be completely drained, spent, shot by the moment. And I thought he was completely out of emotional gas by the time the fourth quarter started. Because they needed him to do something, and he just wasn't capable of much in the fourth quarter.
He only took
two shots. Right, and made one. Yep. And then his foot, I guess, was bothering him in the end, and he goes over. He pulled himself out.
Yes.
Again, they were down 13 with a couple of minutes left.
Right.
So it was a little. The final score of 3 points is a little misleading because Russ just went crazy down the stretch, making wild driving shots.
Yes.
And it got them back in the game. Schroeder actually had a three that could have really made it interesting, and he left it short.
Yes.
But, LeBron would have had to been superhuman to get it actually home.
Right.
And then he pulls himself out, and that was the end of that because he's got his foot is bothering him.
Yes. But, Skip, we talked about that, said Skip, they got blown out. But this is a young team now. They're going to get up and down on you. And you looked at the pace of the game. I remember looking up, and the guy was sitting next to me.
Yep.
I said, they're on an 80-point half. They're on an 80-point pace for a half. They're on a pace for 150 points in the game. Now, luckily, they slowed down because, Skip, they went and got 36 the first quarter and 40 the second.
Yep.
Getting up, you got to make a stop. And then late in the ball game, the third quarter, they're going back and forth. And the Thunder couldn't miss Skip. You remember Mike Muscala was at the Lakers. He couldn't buy a three.
Couldn't buy one.
He couldn't miss last night.
No.
Nobody could miss a three. I'm like, what is this? When did y'all turn into the Warriors? Bombing threes left and right. That's not who y'all are.
No.
It was last night.
They're a middle of the pack.
Yes.
Shooting.
I couldn't tell last night.
No, I know. I think they relished the moment. I think they really had a good time knowing they could spoil the party.
But they didn't want LeBron. Skip, they came out, they were zoning, they was trapping him.
Yeah.
They wanted to get that. They didn't want him to break that record now.
They did not. And yet, I'll always remember that he's being guarded by Kenrich Williams, who I have a lot of respect for because he's bounced around some, but he stayed all 4 years in college and was undrafted and has made his way. He's the opposite of LeBron. He's like as far from LeBron as you can get. He's one of those guys who had to make his way in the league as they call him Kenny Hustle because that's what he does. He hustles and he plays defense. And he'll make a shot here or there. But his primary responsibility last night was to try to hold down LeBron, and he did the best he could. But he will always he will go down in NBA history as part of that shot because he was the one who got victimized. Not posterized, but he was victimized.
Oh, no, he got chronicled. Yeah, that's him right there.
That's him. No, that's him. Okay.
Look at TV. TV like, hey, let me get that, bro. He got a perfect block now. He got Shea Gilgeous on his back, on the reel.
Yeah, he's got a dunk right there, right?
He gonna take it out the net. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But look, I was disappointed. I think I might have been the only one that was disappointed that they win, because everybody else but he broke the record. I'm like, but the objective was to try to win the game in the process of.
It would have made it sweeter.
Yeah.
It would have been put the bow on it. You got to put the bow on it.
And that's it. But Skip, like I said, I went to the building and I was the only one that didn't think that everybody else thought he was gonna get it. Not one flash. I guess look where we are now, Skip. No flashes. Everybody got the camera phone, just video it.
No flashes. Once upon a time, it would have been blinding.
Yes.
Yep.
Because you look at 98, Skip. All you see is flashes going off against Jordan.
I got
on
it.
that final shot.
Yeah.
But it was an unbelievable atmosphere.
Well, I'm glad you were there.
Yeah.
One of those moments everybody will remember where they were when LeBron hit that shot and set that record.
I remember where I was when I called him the GOAT. You remember where I was when I said he was the GOAT?
That was on December 29th of 1984. Right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Guys, we have so much more on LeBron's record-breaking night this morning. Also, does this firmly put LeBron on top of the GOAT conversation? That and a whole lot more coming up next on Undisputed.
It all kicks off Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.